Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Pixel Dome. Today, Matt and I are playing Jitsu Squad. When I got here earlier, I walked in. What in the heck are you playing? I mean, obviously it's a beautiful game. I thought it was a PS5 game, honestly, with the way the graphics were. But I mean, it's PS4 and it's really great. So we played through it. Matt, tell us a little bit about the game, and we'll just as we move on, we'll just comment on different parts of it.
Yeah, I just kind of want to preference this a little bit. This is like a 12-minute vid, and obviously we can't talk, 12 whole minutes about this game, but we put this much footage on here so you guys could see each level. We didn't spoil it at the end with the boss battle or anything like that.
We show the boss battle. I just didn't put the ending on there.
Right, but it'll give you a really good idea of the variety that's in the game and the way the level design is and just the mix-up of environments that you can have on the game. But overall, it is an awesome game. I mean,
there's
awesome.
a boss battle right there. I was already dead. Matt had to pull us out of a bind.
But it's a killer.
Then you get to go. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, then you get to go and eat sushi, which I'm allergic to shellfish, so in real life I wouldn't be able to do that. And you get points, whatever they're for. Then you get to go to a spaceship, fly to a different planet.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that really doesn't amount to anything, but I guess it's neat just to kind of mix up the world you're in and feel like you're really going somewhere else. I mean, it was cool. It's very much kind of a play off the last Ratchet and Clank game on the PS5. How you get in it and select planets and all that, but nevertheless, it's cool. Each area is completely different from the last. I mean, it's nowhere even close to where you just came from, which really, really makes to the fun of the game and really keeps you coming back after you die repeatedly. You still want to keep going. It's just, I mean, really, I mean, it's just a ton of fun, guys. And for $30, I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah, I had a blast. I was smiling the entire time. Let's see, here I was dead again, and Matt had to pull us out of a bind on this boss. So this is the end of Stage 3. Stage 1 is just a training level, so we didn't include any of that footage. So luckily, Matt beat that boss, and then we moved on to level 4. So as you play, I guess, I don't know how you get these achievements. It just pops up every so often. I'm no rocket scientist, but it'll teach you a new technique, and then that's just a new move that you have in your arsenal. I mean, I mostly just hit buttons like crazy. Look at that. There's people everywhere attacking you, but it's really awesome.
That's kind of the one thing about the game. If I had to pick one flaw of the game, it's the fact the amount of enemies that are on screen at one time, you can get lost easy. It's kind of like a beat 'em up / bullet hell shooter because I mean you can get lost in the bullets like crazy in those, and this is the same way. Every now and then you just have to jump to see where the heck you're at. But the one thing that you really have to do in this game, regardless, is just keep swinging.
Oh, this guy was awesome. When he farts, he just roasts everything on screen. I mean, I guess he ate it like Taco Bell's, like the worst.
Well, that's another thing I could probably pick about the game if I wanted to. You go so far in the level, and then you progress to the next part of it. In the classic kind of like Streets of Rage Go fashion. Most of those power-ups, like you just saw right there with the guy farting, they're at the end of the stage once you've already cleared the area. So there were several of them that we picked up that didn't do anything.
And here's the sushi part again. I just didn't want to have to, go through.
Well, it's like Jeff was saying about the sushi stuff. I mean, it's a cool little area where you go through and you power up, but for what reason? You can't put the money you get in that stage towards any power-ups or anything, so
if you comment, please. And
if you've played this game and you know what in the world all this dough that you collect goes for, because it's very much in the vein of a Diablo type. It's a loot game. Every time you hit something, you collect loot from it, you get all this money, but you can't buy anything with it. So I'm assuming it goes to I can't even assume it goes to anything. I don't know. But I do know every time it was there, I picked it up. You know?
Yeah, and it is available on the Switch, the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4.
It's on
Xbox
Steam as
One.
well.
Yeah, it's available on all kinds of platforms. This level was really cool. Let's see here. Of course, I'm about to die again, and but anyway, I mean, like that's one thing. If I died, you don't get to just pop back in. You have to hope that the person you're playing with beats the level, because it's not going to let you come back. But you do come back after you get to a separate area.
That's
cool.
very strange about the game. You do have the 3 lives and all that jive, but when you die, you can't come right back. The person you're playing with has to either complete the level or come to a pause state where you progress to something else in the level before that character is allowed to come back. Where in most games, you can just come right back.
I left this in here because this is the greatest song ever. Heck, that.
Yeah, you guys can't really make it out. But
Then the game crashed on us, so that was a lot of fun. We beat the boss. Now this is level 6, I believe, but it was. Yeah, that part we were really worried. We were about, because we'd spent a little time by that point.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. We were cruising along in it, and the game just crashed for some reason. I don't think that has anything to do with the game itself. My ps4 for some reason just crapped the bed. But when we rebooted it, we were right where we left off. But yeah, I mean, we could ramble on about this game forever, guys, but I mean, I just really encourage y'all to finish watching the rest of the video.
Oh, the cinematics in it. I cut a lot of them when we were editing it, but yeah, the little cinematic sequences with all the little characters, that's something that you can really dig on, and of course, the graphics are beautiful. Let's see here. Where are we at right here? We're fighting the boss, and I guess this is the level 6 boss. Oh, this was awesome, because Matt was you were about to die. There's one of them, and I don't know, it was just great, because I was just hanging on by a thread. Matt was dead. I had no power left, and I managed to beat him. I believe it's the level 7 boss, though. And but these, the bosses are some of the hardest parts of the game. Oh, and these raptors, they're ninja raptors, so they'll kick you.
Yeah, they really suck, because if you watch this part, you can really tell they don't let up. They just keep kicking you to submission,
you'll also. This is one of those games where if you get backed into a corner and an enemy keeps hitting you, that you'll just keep bouncing up in the air, and you basically, there's nothing you can do. Oh,
what he's trying to say is it's cheap as hell.
Yeah, I transformed into Thor right there. Rode my motorcycle over him and everything. That was my magic. What was the magic that you had on your...
I don't know. It was some kind of samurai slicing game. But, I mean, guys, this thing, you can go up to 4 players at one time. But me and Jeff were, of course, just doing 2 players. It was chaos with 2 players. If you were doing 4 players on this game, I don't know how you would make heads or tails of it. I mean, it would be a complete mess.
Yeah, it would be.
But, this is the classic, come home from work, I could care less, kind of game you pick up, drink some beer, and just have a blast. I mean, it is, even the critiques I've had about this game, it is just a barrel of fun. I mean...
Yeah, if you liked Battletoads, which I don't think it's near as hard as Battletoads, Turtles in Time, any of those, heck, it reminded me of Double Dragon even, Oh, here's that chick. Man, y'all are going to see. Y'all are going to see. You have to fight her, 3 times at the very end of the game? 3 different times.
It's one of those classic end of the game things where you fight the boss, it runs off. You fight the boss, it runs off, over and over and over. But unlike most games, it really doesn't drive you crazy. And the game is, as tough as it can be in some spots, it really is very forgiving.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, I had a smile on my face when we were playing this. Here we are fighting her the first time. So your power bar is very small there. So you think, oh, this ain't going to be that bad. But guess what? Then you got to play through here and make it through this alive, and hope you have some lives left. And then here you go again. Notice that power bar; it's a little bit longer there. And then here you go. After you manage to beat her again, then let's see here. I think you do go back to the level. Yeah, go back to the level, and this, I mean, it's getting really hard by this point.
Yeah, it does get tough. If this was your classic kind of Nintendo-based game, you would definitely at this point be dead and it'd be over. If this was a 3 lives and 3 continues game, yeah, I don't think you would ever make it to the end.
Oh no, if it was the ghouls and ghosts and goblins setup, you'd know. Now this is one where if it was an arcade game, you better have a pocket plumb full of quarters.
But this game is one of the kind of prime examples of why I just don't know if we was ready for the next gen upgrade in systems yet. I mean, this game is so gorgeous, and it's a PS4 game. Of course, I'm playing it on my PS5 with no upscales, and I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, here's the end boss. Here's the end boss right here, and he wasn't too terribly difficult, but we were both sweating bullets, because I certainly didn't want to have to go back, and I didn't know if we'd have to fight that girl again 3 times. I believe it let us continue from each time you killed her, didn't it?
Yeah, see, I didn't notice that the first time we were playing. If that was kind of like the, I think it was the Santa Cruz homage with the mouths coming out of his hands there. But, yeah, I mean, he kind of surprised me because actually the boss before him was harder.
Well, alright guys, that was it. Jitsu Squad.
It's definitely must buy, guys.